All right, everybody, how you doing? This is Captain Jack, and I'm getting the hang of getting the folks at least onto the show from the intro part. It's getting better. It's getting easier, and hopefully it'll work out for me. And I always like to try to good quality stuff here. If you're here, thank you for being here. It is another episode of Ask Captain Jack. Ooh, let me push back a little bit. I hope everybody can hear me. Again, I have the microphones over here because I think and hope that the sound quality is better with the I got to clean up the desk, but such is life. With the music going out via that way, it's not as reverberish and bassy and all that other stuff. So thanks for being here. I see Raider Homer's here. Ed Winchell's on duty. And the Raider Reverend, the elder, AJ Bray. You know, I don't like that term. I don't like that term, the elder. I mean, I know it's a term of endearment, but it makes you sound old, AJ. Makes you sound old. So I know you're not old, but that's just the way that is. And the sound is better on the left. Thank you. Okay, I'll work with that. And obviously, we're working through things. Jesus, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Thanks for being here. If you're here, hey there's my lady. Love me some Valerie. Love me some Valerie. Good to see you there, sweetheart. This is the Ask Captain Jack show. Yes, this is the new room, Mike. It's not done yet. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the interior designer to get everything done, and she'll be in shortly. I'm actually waiting on Navy Federal to give me my loan to get it all squared away. We'll work on that. But the room is awesome, and I appreciate Dave Bunkers, the gentleman that did it. When everything gets done, it'll be wonderful. I actually was talking about it's a cabinet for the stereo. It's going right up there underneath the TV. It fit. Oh my God! It's like it's made for it as far as the dimensions. Going to put you see the curio for the helmets. They're going to be on either side. And we'll have all the pictures up. And I have so many pictures that it won't all fit in this room. So I'll have a guest room that'll be a sports guest room. And I'll still probably have pictures left over. But that's the beauty of this. When it gets designed, I'll be able to flip-flop pictures, and it'll be an ongoing set. And I can move some of the computers. We'll have some bobbleheads over here. I got so many extra bobbleheads. It'll be wonderful, but I can't wait to get it all done when it is done, and I can't wait to show everybody. But we're going to have our shows. I know. Okay, I get it, and I know it wasn't bad to be called an elder. I get it, and I trust me. I know that you weren't taking offense by it, but you're just so young and good looking there. That's why. You're the hot Raider Rev, okay? But off the market as of December 3rd. And I didn't forget. Off the market as of December 3rd. So we can't wait to see you. And we'll have to make plans for that. Yeah, Raider Rev getting married on the 3rd of December in Vegas. If you're not doing anything, make sure you at least give him your support and wonder and all that good stuff, that you're doing for that. Let me get this page off. A little bit of background there. There we go. That's better. This is the Ask Captain Jack show. We do these every Thursday, every Sunday. And if you're here, you already know how to get here. Make sure you're here Sunday. This is the bottom line before the bottom line. Reggie Kinlaw is going to be my guest, and we're going to have him on. We're going to talk about those Raider teams of the Super Bowl 15, Super Bowl 18. Yes, the last time the Raiders won a Super Bowl. We'll have Reggie in here for that. And then next Tuesday, be sure to be here as well. Lincoln Kennedy is going to be joining me. And, I want people to make sure that they see that between Reggie and Lincoln, those are two great shows. And then I'm also talking about, I've spoken with Mike Davis. Mike Davis is going to be on. John Kingdon's going to be on. John Alston's going to be on. I'm going to get back with Jeff Jaeger, who said that he was going to be on. I'll schedule with him. So we got a lot of good guests coming on, and I want folks to know about it. So if you are a Raider fan, get the word out, please. Make sure folks know. Louisa was saying, hey, you're not on Facebook anymore. No, I'm on Facebook. But as you all can see, the sound and the video quality of YouTube is amazing. And then once I get OBS set up, and Raider Homer is going to help me with that, we'll do that as well. So we'll have OBS, we'll have YouTube, and we'll be good to go. So amazingly, I should say, get folks over to this page, please. I appreciate that. And again, once the folks are subscribers, and we're getting a subscriber every other day, or every show. Most of the time, it's good, but get us over there. And I got all this extra stuff. I'm gonna have like what do you call it, razzes for some Raider stuff that's not up on the wall. So we'll get them out to. You got married in Vegas. I got married in Vegas to a beautiful woman. I miss her. Hope she's well. Ding, 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 ding. Joke of the day. Jesus, you got it. That's wonderful. That's great. That's some good stuff there. Is that a picture of my? Yes, it is. It's Howie Long, and it is the largest picture I have. That picture is okay. I want to see from 1989. I bought it when I was temporarily assigned in California. I was stationed in the Philippines from 86 to 89. And I thought I was your favorite there, Valerie. But that's okay. I can be behind Howie, that's for sure. Anyway, I bought the poster out at which wharf was it? The wharf, Pier 23, or the one where all the sports shops at. I remember getting it. And I love you too. Thank you. And I took it back to the Philippines. That's a Philippine handmade frame. It's large as hell, though. As you can see, that's like what, 6 foot tall. So that'll be part of the accoutrement for the show. Well, and again, those are the hats. I haven't been able to get the hats out. I'm gonna get all my Raider hats up on that rack. I'll probably have still too many hats, but we'll have a good time with it. But again, this is the Ask Captain Jack show. Thank you for being here. Push this out to all of the folks out there. Let's get some folks out there. During my intro, I get a chance to go onto the pages and say, hey, the show is on. So I'm doing my part. So we'll see what's going on. The I told you so is already out here. Raider Rev saying that the Warriors are already done. Oh, and then with another shot, Warriors were never in it. Man, that's some hating. Now, I know AJ's a Lakers fan. Ed Winchell, I mean, I don't know. Oh, he's a Lakers guy too, Ed Winchell. Ed Winchell, Lakers guy, being from LA. It's game 4 coming up. Okay? If the Warriors lose, then I'll say that they are done. I know you picked the Raptors. You picked the the Rappers. That's a Freudian slip. The Rappers because of Drake. You picked the Raptors, and so did Ed Winchell. Okay, I give you guys props. In fact, and I thank you, Valerie, for saying that. Steph Curry was out of his mind last night. Steph Curry was out of his mind. I did watch the game, and like I said, if you missed the promo, I was just on promo. My God, I'm so tired. I had to go. I had to go, and I got out of work a little early for me. I think it was like I got out at the regular time, which is early for me. And I came home and took a nap. I needed that 3-hour nap. Yeah, I'm doing my Gilligan. So I needed it. And like I said, she's not singing yet. She's not singing yet, but she is warming up. She's not singing yet, but she is doing the arpeggios on the side. You know what arpeggios are, right? La, 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 la. Yeah, I used to sing. Long time ago. I had a decent voice. Na, 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 na. Fa, la, 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 la. So there you go. We'll see what happens. But she's not singing, but she is warming up. So we'll see what happens. We got a good show. I'm watching hockey. And Jimmy Farrell, remember we had that big discussion the other night. Oh, this actually does look like a Gilligan hat too. So, the elder, Raider Rev, was Raider Rev was saying about, God, I had my thought. I lost my thought. Well, he's a salty dog. Gilligan's a salty dog. And, so the 3-hour tour, it actually makes sense. I like this hat. But again, I can't wait to, when the hats get over there, I'm going to do the hat of the day type of thing. But before I lose any more people, I don't want to lose people. Let's get things done. Okay, let's save some batteries here. Okay, don't eat that. Let me save that. There we go. Always good to save some batteries. Ed Winchell hates hockey. Come on. Well, that's because Gretzky wasn't playing for the Kings when he was down there in L.A. But I got I know I did this already. Let's make sure. Yeah, I got Google Hangouts up. So the line is open. The line is open. Let's make sure I do this correctly. There we go. Okay, want to make sure everything's done. Line is open, 813-699-0834. You can see the number. Hot Wheels. I'll show that one. Dusty, good to see you on here as well. Good to see you, Dusty. And I saw that you were I saw that you had some issues with your what do you call it, your ownership. I'm glad you're taking care of that, man. I'm glad you're taking care of that. But dirty ass. Barbashev. Now, are you talking about Bergeron? I've been getting ready for the show, so I missed a lot of the action. I know it's 0-0, but I wanted to make sure I was on here and getting ready, so I keeping an eye on it. So we're doing that. There you go. There's my Blues gentleman, Mike Sarah. Mike, it's in between the periods, so you can come in and call in. I know Ed Winchell's not going to talk about hockey, but I know Ed Winchell and the elder, Reverend, he's going to talk about Rev, you actually got an promotion, so you're above an elder, if I remember right. And I just need to get out there for your wedding. You know, going out to Vegas will be great. Hey Valerie, let's go to Vegas and let's go to the wedding. Valerie can be my +1. Oh, Barbashev is on the Blues. Okay. Well, if Barbashev's on the Blues, then he's just being the counterpart to Bergeron, because Bergeron's a dirty player as well. If Valerie wants to come out with me, that'll be my +1. Man, our property management company is a joke. Well, I'm glad you're taking care of that. This is the Gas Captain Jack Show. This is where you give your input. The line is open, and thank you for getting the word out. I want as many people over here to be able to enjoy the show. Like I said, we have Reggie Kinlaw coming on. We got definitely Lincoln Kennedy. I mean, my goodness, we need to get folks over here for the Lincoln Kennedy interview. And there we go. And I'm glad you called, Jimmy Farrell, because hello, there we go. Jimmy Farrell, I'm glad you called.
Hey, Cap.
How you doing?
What's going on?
I'm doing okay, Jimmy. I want to start the conversation off with you because you know what's coming is what did I say after wait a second. Let me finish and I'll let you come back.
Okay.
What did I say after our heated discussion last time when you were just hell-bent for leather that it was the wrongest thing in the world that Berube was at a Cardinal game? And even Mike Serra said, hey, you got to blow off steam somehow. I said it will only be wrong if the Blues come out and lose Game 4. Now, that's the end of my diatribe. Please tell me who won Game 4 and who was in control for most of Game 4. Please let me know.
Well, St. Louis won, of course.
Okay. So did it hurt that Craig Berube was at a Cardinals game?
Well, no, but
There you go.
It was a good thing that he did win.
Well, I'm just saying it'll only hurt if they lose, and they didn't lose. So that's just the way that is. So go on.
Before I make a comment about hockey, as being a veteran as yourself, we all know what happened yesterday as far as the anniversary.
Well, that's still today, though.
Okay, so I have a documentary I just watched. I was wondering if you watched it. It's called Code Blue.
Code Blue? No, no, I'm not familiar with that one. I know that Ken Burns did one on D-Day, and I'm very interested to see that, but I got to find out where it is. Tell me about your documentary.
This one is about the B-17 bombardiers. It's only on about an hour and 15 minutes. I mean, these cinematographers died while filming this, and it's in color, and it's like crystal clear, and it's really amazing film to watch.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, to what these guys went through. I mean, they were saying they were in high altitude with 60 below freezing in an airplane. And,
yeah.
One guy says, if somebody says to you, I'm not afraid, I was never afraid of being up there, they said they were full of shit. A constant artillery firing bombs left and right.
Yeah.
I mean, what these guys went through it's incredible.
Yeah, my family member, my great uncle Joey. Two things there. He was with the 17s in Europe, flying out of England, and I actually was close in that respect as well. When I was stationed in England at the base that I was at, which was Molesworth was where they had the B-17s. That was one of the B-17 bases. I don't know if that was Memphis Belle's base, but I know Memphis Belle was in and around that area. But the other thing about Joey was that Joey was a 17. I don't know if he was a bombardier or a tail gunner or a waist gunner or a belly gunner. I know he was on a 17. When his 17 was shot up, he had to bail, and he was a prisoner of war. And did you ever see the movie Stalag 17?
I probably did.
Yeah. If you ever saw the movie Stalag 17, it was the Billy Wilder film about it had Billy Wilder and William Holden and a couple other good folks. His character was actually portrayed in that movie. He was actually, it was called what was it? The Animal and Harry and the Animal. Okay, Harry Shapiro, who is Harvey Lembeck's dad. I think it was. I can't remember what. I can't remember. Or Harvey Lembeck was the animal. Anyway, Harry Shapiro is based upon my great uncle Joey. So,
no kidding.
So yeah, that's unique. So I have those ties with him, and it's a very good. In fact, it is an Academy Award winner for Billy Wilder. Go watch it. It's a black and white. In fact, it has Peter Graves. I don't want to give away, but Peter Graves was in that movie as well before he did his Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
There's one part in the documentary. One of the planes was shut down, and all 7 of them miraculously got out of the plane and parachuted on the ground, and they got pitchforked to death.
Yeah. Wow. That's. I mean, let me do me a favor and send me in a what do you call it? In a link where what this is. Obviously, it's on cable somewhat. So I'll.
Yeah, it's on HBO. It's on like 2 or 2:30 in the morning tonight.
Okay, I'll look for it and I'll record it. I'll record it.
And at the end, they showed some of them. Some of them were still. Well, this was 2018. So they showed like some of them were still alive, and I mean I'm telling you that they still they still have it up there, if you know what I mean. I mean they're watching it on a laptop, and one guy's showing how they use the equipment that they were on the plane. And,
right. The Norton bomb sight, which was it was advanced. The Norton bomb sight is what you see where you guys are. They're the bombardier and they're tuning in and they have the crosshairs. That was in its day. That was the most critical piece of equipment for the Americans and the English. The Norton bomb sight was what allowed that precision bombing for not only the 17s but the Liberators and the Mitchells, all of our bombers, and even the Lancasters for the Brits. That was an important piece of equipment. But before we lose anybody, let's talk some sports.
Okay, sure. What was I going to say?
By the way, St. Louis is winning 1-0. Just figured I'd throw that out there.
Oh, okay. Did you hear the owner of the Warriors got in a little trouble last night?
Oh no, I didn't. I missed that. What happened?
He pushed one of the Raptors players.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I must have missed that. What's the source of that? TMZ?
No, I heard it on my radio station in New York.
Was that FAN?
Yeah.
Well, is it Mike? Mike and did Mike say it, or did the Mad Dog say it?
I don't listen to him anymore. I listen to Joe and Evan. They do a morning slot, and they do the updates. And they mentioned that I don't know if he's banned from. Did I say the Warriors owner? I think it was was it the Raptors owner? They said he was banned from Oracle's arena or something.
Yeah,
it was
see,
the
and
Warriors owner.
that makes sense. It would be
Yeah.
the Raptors owner getting in trouble with pushing a
Yeah.
Warriors player, and
Yeah.
I can see. That I can see.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say I can't see the Warriors owner getting in trouble in his own house, so it's probably the other way around. But no, that's unique. I'll be looking for that. I'll be looking for that as well. And thanks for the elders giving us information about Durant. I know it's not good news for Warrior fans. I do think that if Durant is out permanently, they definitely need Klay Thompson there to take up the slack. If they don't have Klay,
said he might be back tomorrow.
Well, according to the elder AJ Brahue, it's not a hamstring, but it's an ACL. Okay.
Okay.
We'll see about that. If it is an ACL, then I don't expect him back. It's kind of like, well, okay, let me say that. Remember in days of yore when there was a certain player by the name of Willis Reed who trotted out there with a bad wheel. It was probably something similar, but that was in the days of old when you can probably get away with that, and they didn't have the medical expertise like they do nowadays. If Durant is out, that's a very telling negative for the Warriors. They have the bodies, but they need Klay Thompson to play. If Klay Thompson doesn't play, excuse me, the Warriors will lose. I will say that.
Yeah, it doesn't really look good for them right now. Yeah, they need Thompson and Durant. I mean, Curry can't do it all by himself.
Nah, Curry did it all by himself last night, and they still lost by over 10 points.
They still lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as baseball, my Yankees have won 6-1. Thank God, because they blew it last night.
Yeah. And the Rays played the Red Sox in Boston. I'd love to hear from Tommy, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. But I would like to see that. The Rays got right in Detroit. They lost the first game. They won the last two. So after losing 3 straight to the Twins and then the opener against the Tigers, they lost 4 in a row. They have come back and won the last 2. The Yankees are obviously looking good. I saw that Aaron Judge was doing some batting practice, and when they get Aaron Judge back, and I think it's probably going to be, I think they were saying it's either the end of this month or is it the end of next month that they're looking to have Judge back.
I think it's this. I thought Didi was good. Maybe by the end of the week he might be coming back. Didi
Gregorius, yeah, and there's shortstop, correct? Right.
So that's a problem, a good problem to have because when he comes back, when you do a Gleyber Torres, you put him at second. Right?
Yeah.
And then where does LeMahieu go?
Well, does
he play first?
Well, I thought Hoyt was your first baseman.
Right, but when you can't take LeMahieu out, and he's on fire right now.
Well, it's like you said, it's a good problem to have. And by the way, if you want to knock out Jimmy Farrell, you can do it because Jimmy Farrell's got about maybe a minute to go anyway before I knock him out.
Okay.
But yeah, as you said, it's a good problem to have. Now, your third baseman, can LeMahieu play third base?
That's what I was going to ask you. I don't know if he ever played third.
Well,
I'm not sure.
Here's the thing: if LeMahieu can't play third base, and maybe Torres can play third base, and there you go, your problem solved. Because if somebody's able to play third base. You got those 3 guys. You want to make sure you have your best hitters out there because, again, the Yankees are not a defensive team. They're the bombers, they're the sluggers. So they'll find a way. Maybe they'll platoon. I don't know if one is better versus lefties, the other one's better versus righties. Don't make it happen. Trust me, the Yankees will do all that they need to do to keep their best players out there.
Right. One thing about the Raiders, I guess you all know about the preseason game in Winnipeg.
You're right. The Raiders are the first team to play in 3 countries in 1 year.
Okay. Now, the mayor of Winnipeg says he's a huge Raider fan. You know, he grew up Marcus Allen. He put the jersey on. Remember we were talking about black and silver?
Right.
You know what he said? Black and silver. I mean, really? You got to get it right. I mean, you told me, I forgot his name. Marshall, the linebacker.
Brandon Marshall.
You said because he was with
the Broncos.
Right. He was young. He didn't really know about the silver belt. But this guy's a mayor, and he's a Marcus Allen fan, and he's black and silver.
Okay, two things. Okay, first off, he's the mayor of Winnipeg. I believe that's up in Winnipeg, correct?
Right. Yeah.
He's the mayor of Winnipeg, who has a Raider home game in his park. Okay.
Correct.
He probably has a PR guy that says, "Hey, if you want to sound like because remember the Raiders are the home team for that game."
Yeah.
He probably said, "These are your talking points, and you're of this age, so you can probably go back and say you've been a fan forever." Okay, maybe he was a fan, but you know what? I'm sure that he didn't quite get it right. It's NQR. Second of all, he's from Canada. Okay, where the Canadians have been known to get things maybe NQR, not quite right. The third thing,
but he's a big Marcus Allen fan.
Whoa. He professes to be a big Marcus Allen fan. He don't know whether he truly was a Marcus Allen fan or wait a second.
He put the jersey on the press conference.
But that's it. That's the thing. It's a press conference. He's got a PR agent. He says if you want to look right, this is what you're going to do. You're going to wear a Marcus Allen jersey. You're going to say you are a big Marcus Allen fan from way back when. It's press. It's public relations. It's public relations. You don't know whether the guy.
And how do you explain the Bears saying black and silver on his show last night? How do you explain that?
The Bears said it?
He said black and silver.
Okay. Then this is my third point. Does it really matter? As long as they got the team right. I'm going to let Tommy come on. You take care there, Jimmy.
Take care.
Tommy Beard, good to hear from you, brother. What's going on?
Not so much. Well, a lot. And I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
I got something to say to everybody.
Okay.
Especially Ed Winchell and Jimmy Farrell.
Okay.
You keep my fucking name out of your mouth on this show. You do not know what the hell I am going through.
That's true.
Since you want to know what the hell I'm going through, I have one of my best friends dying of cancer. I don't have time for stupid bullshit. So next time, Ed, don't think it wasn't brought to my attention. The next time you want to say someone's being fucking sensitive, know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay. That's valid. That's valid. And that was Tommy Beard, and he was in for the show for a bit. And again, it's good to have Tommy come on board, but Tommy does have some things going on, and I think that, and with AJ being here and being the religious man it is, let's all make sure that we say some positive prayers for Tommy as he goes through the things he needs to go through. Again, he is dealing with a friend who's going through cancer, And Jimmy Farrell said, there it is. Tommy says, I apologize. So there's your apology from Jimmy Farrell. And Tommy, as I've already told you, I apologize to you as well. I said that in front of everybody. It's a big thing to go through. So again, let's keep positive thoughts for Tommy Beard. And I know that we'll say some positive things here. And I know that the elder will keep you in his prayers. I know that for a fact. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. I know that's it's hard to follow, but I do appreciate Tommy coming on board. And there you go, Frank Rizzo. Frank Rizzo says, I hope he gets with Jesus. Thanks for coming aboard. I know that's why I needed a nap. You're falling asleep. Thanks for coming in there, Jesus Ray Perez. Thank you, sir. And I hope you subscribed. And again, Tommy, if you're still watching, a lot of folks saying positive things out to you as well. If you're still here, we can talk sports or say positive things. Otherwise, right now in the hockey game, St. Louis is still winning 1-0. Boston on a power play for another minute, and it's 9.5 minutes to go in the second period. So keep positive thoughts for Tommy Beard. Tommy, if you're still watching, I am going to be up in D.C. in July, and hopefully I can get a chance to hang out with you. There you go. Now that's a prayer. For those that can't see the comments, I will say it. The elder AJ says, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, we all ask for your healing power over the family and especially the hearts and minds. By your blood, we believe in it. Jesus Christ's mighty name. Amen. That's a hell of a prayer. It reminds me of the scene in Patton where, Patton asked for a weather prayer and he got one and it worked. So hopefully that'll be a good prayer for you, Tommy. We think of you. We think of you. And hopefully good things will happen. Line is open. Boston did not do anything on their power play. There's still 5 seconds to go. And they're nope, they're not even going to get a shot off. So it's even strength. 8.5 minutes to go. And it's a good game. It's a good game. Saved by the goalie. The St. Louis goalie. And Doc, thank you for coming aboard. Appreciate you being here, sir.
Hey, how you doing, Captain Jack?
I'm doing good. And Jared asked me how I'm doing. I'm doing good as well. So thank you for everybody being here. And again, it's always positive when all the family's in the house.
First thing I like to do is remember all the people who sacrificed greatly 75 years ago today. As a veteran, that means a lot. And also let Tommy know he's in my prayers. He's part of our regular family, and we got his back.
That's right. That's right. And again, we'll hope good things for Tommy. And yeah. It's hard. It's hard when you according, like I said, Tommy said it himself. He has a friend that's staying with him that is dying of cancer. He's worried that he wakes up and she's not with us anymore. So that's tough. So again, positive prayers from all of us to you, Tommy, and thanks for letting us in as well, there, Doc. Good to hear from you.
When we were talking about earlier about the suspension, and it was an owner. It was a minority owner of the Warriors who pushed one of the Raptors.
Yeah, that's
ESPN.
Right, and that's what the elder was saying. a Warriors investor was banned for a year and coughed up $500,000. So again,
and they're trying to see if they can force him to sell his partial ownership in the Warriors.
well, if you screw up, you pay the price.
In the NBA, but not necessarily NFL.
Well,
I'm telling you right now.
Well, I tell you what.
What he did, hey, when a ball player lands on you, I've seen fans, in the heat of the moment, might push or shove somebody, hey, get off me. And I don't think, people realize, sometimes you quick think and react and you do stupid stuff. We're all human.
Right.
Well,
Well,
if he was an owner of a football team known as the Cheatriots, nothing would be said. Because what Mr. Kraft did to me is way worse for the image of the NFL than what this guy did at that basketball game. Maybe John Gruden should sign him up and maybe we can use him on the defensive line because he shows a little fire.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know how big the guy is, but I don't know.
Nah, he's not big.
I was going to
He's
say,
not big. I was just joking.
maybe we can use him as a rush end with Arden Key, opposite Arden Key. I tell you, yeah, I mean, the fire's there. But you were saying it, Reggie, Doc, that in the days of old, remember, when you're talking about the Cheatriots and you're talking about fire, you do remember that Matt Millen just knocked out the owner's son of the Patriots from years back in the 70s. He knocked him the hell out. So it's been done. There is that fire but it wasn't the ownership that got waylaid. It was the player who knocked out the owner. Now also the NFL is doing things about, there's the Me Too movement, and Jerry Richardson was made to sell his team because of it. So it's a case by case basis. And having said that, Robert Kraft is Teflon. It's Teflon. And hopefully, he won't be able to be as Teflon as he was. So we'll see what happens. And
this leads to my second point about how the Patriots are getting special treatment.
They do.
Next year, it was on the herd. I don't really usually like watching them, but when I know they're going to talk about the Raiders, I like to listen in.
And even on the herd,
he said the Raiders next year are going to be traveling roughly 32,000 miles. Plus.
Yeah. We traveled the most of any football team this year.
The Patriots next year will be traveling less than 9,000 miles.
Yeah.
For the season.
Yeah.
Don't tell me there's no peripheral treatment sometimes on the way they do these schedules.
There is. And again, it's an East Coast bias in that respect. Remember, the Raiders are playing, a lot of that is the Raiders are going over to London and back, okay, as one of their home games. So that adds up.
To Canada.
Yeah, to Canada. Did they throw in the Canada miles?
Yes, he did.
Okay. If you throw in the Canada miles, again, the Raiders are the first NFL team to play in 3 countries in 1 year. So if you throw in the Canada miles to Winnipeg, you throw in the miles to London, okay, that is a bunch. And yes, it is preferential. So, and by the way, I heard, Frank, I heard about your Hard Knocks update, and Jared, I heard about your Carson Wentz update. I will get to that after we're done with Doc, okay? And Doc, I'm gonna let you talk a little bit more as well because we wanted to make sure we got that.
And one more thing I want to talk about, something that
Raider Bear here brought up last night in his show. He was talking about how Mark Davis might have to sell the team.
Yes.
For financial reasons.
Yeah.
And the more I think about it, and the more I look back, I have a different take on that.
Okay, sure. Let's hear it.
He is getting a new stadium. He moved them. He is being the bad guy in Oakland.
He is.
Okay.
He is.
Of course, he goes on the thing. They're trying to sue me playing stupid. Because if he goes, I say, yeah, I do this, he'll sue me. He's basically saying, hey, I'm guilty. So of course he's going to, I can't believe they're suing me. He is going to, and this is my prediction, and I'm just looking at it from he is moving to a new stadium, getting a new facility. He's got a decent squad going into Vegas. He's got a good coach going into Vegas. We're making a positive moves forward. When we go into Vegas, the value of the Raiders doubles.
Yeah.
I think he has intent to sell right then. He ain't going to be making the payments. I think he may even have another buyer already lined up. I think his intent is to sell.
Yeah.
Not to be taken from him.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's going to say, hey, I'm going to make my money and run.
And you know what?
And doesn't care what he thinks about the fans, whether they tailgate or not, whether they can wear their face paint or not.
Yeah.
I think he's at the point now, he's just mad.
I actually agree with that. And that's what I said actually I said that last night as well, as that it's two things working here, and I agree with that. Here's the thing. Mark Davis is getting a new stadium. He's getting the hell out of Northern California. He's going to Las Vegas, where Mark Davis can be a lot more, shall we say, moving and shaking in Vegas. He's going to be king of Vegas. He's doubling the amount of money that his franchise is worth. He's put that into an area. He's taken a lot of crap from the owners in order to do it. He's been taking it and taking it and taking it. Okay. So I think that Mark Davis is, what's the old Shakespeare quote? Me doth think he protests too much. Mark Davis isn't as stupid as people think. I don't think he's as stupid as people think. He's going to take that franchise, and I'm pretty sure that he's not going to sell that franchise until, and I say this with the utmost respect, while his mother is still alive. He's not going to sell the franchise, because that is the last remnant of the Al Davis organization. Okay. His mother is still alive. His mother is actually the owner of the Raiders, right? When she passes, and it's no longer Mrs. Davis, it's no longer Mr. Al Davis, it's his son that has the full keys to the kingdom. I can almost guarantee you that when his mother passes is when he's going to sell that franchise. That's what I'm saying.
I think he's planning on selling, and that's the whole reason he went to Vegas. It's going to double the value, make him more money.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know how much he really, because you remember, him and his dad really didn't like each other.
No,
They didn't talk football to him. I really think Mark Davis is saying, what can I drain out of this? He's going to squeeze this lemon for all it's worth.
Yeah, I agree. And like Bear was saying last night, it's unfortunate, but Mark Davis, in my estimation, Mark Davis is about Hooters and P.F. Chang's and bimbos on his side. And I say bimbos, I excuse that. That's not a deprecation to the ladies that actually watch the show. The people that Mark Davis hangs around with, female-wise, are bimbos. Airheads. They're eye candy. Okay, they're bimbos. Okay, and there are ladies that watch the show. So Mark Davis is all about Hooters and P.F. Chang's and bimbos. Okay, he's going to get as much money, in my estimation. He's going to get as much money as he can, find somebody that really wants to own the Raiders, and get out. And that's what I think is going on.
Well, see, I also think, the NFL doesn't like the Davises. Let's be honest.
No. And he doesn't want the headache.
I think he may have told the NFL, hey, you let me move to Vegas as soon as I can, I'll sell the team.
I think
that's why they didn't give him no hard time to go to Vegas.
Exactly. Remember I said he took it. He was getting the sharp edge, man. He was getting the sharp edge.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I will take it because I know at the end of the road, at the end of the rainbow, there's that big pot of gold. And that's what I think he's waiting for. That's what I think he's waiting for. And I agree. I agree. So
now on the football side of the house, I was watching
and by the
show that they were talking about Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
About how he only got sacked 18 times all last year. And they were talking about the line packages that they were doing. And they were talking about the jumbo packages,
7-8 man protection packages with only 2 receivers out. And then a light bulb went off. When the Raiders had the best year with Carr in 2016, when our line was healthy,
what did we run a lot?
Jumbo package.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that maybe, I know a lot of people worried about Colton Miller. We don't need to put a blocking tight end on Trent Brown's side, but I really think Carrier's probably going to be coming over on Colton Miller's side, providing that jumbo package and help protect that blind side while he develops and gets stronger.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I agree. Hey, give me your best out the door there, Doc.
Just to make people mad.
Go Bruins.
You definitely made me mad. Hey, thanks again for calling in, Doc. Always good hearing from you.
All right, talk to you later, buddy.
All right. Good to hear from Doc and positives for Tommy from everybody. And I want to get through with the comments. Okay. Here's the deal. As far as the what is it? Hard Knocks, it has not been announced yet. But both myself and the Bear are on record to say there is no way in hell. There's no way in hell that HBO is going to take another team other than the Raiders. Here's the deal. John Gruden has never met a camera he didn't love. Mark Davis is Mark Davis. Entertaining for being the buffoon, alleged, that he is. He's Mo. He's a blonde-haired Mo. Literally, haircut-wise. You got Richie Incognito, Antonio Brown, Vontaze Burfict. Okay? You're back on Friday, Ed? Is that Clay's back on Friday? Okay, thank you. I thought it said Olay back on Friday. So Clay's back on Friday. Thanks for that update. So again, you got Burfict, Antonio Brown, and Richie Incognito for storylines, right? You have 3 first-round draft picks, of which Cleveland was allegedly a reach. I don't think so. You have a running back from Alabama, which was probably one of the best players that Bama had on our team. And you got a safety that hits like Jack Tatum. You have the fact that the Raiders are leaving Oakland. This is their last year. And all of the hubbub that goes along with that. There's no greater TV than that. Book it. The Raiders are on Hard Knocks. And I'm telling you this as well. I never watched Hard Knocks because it was a crap show. It's a crap show. But as a Raiders fan, you know you're going to watch. I'm going to watch because it gets you inside the locker room. And for all the folks that love our team, of course, we're going to watch the show. So there you go. It hasn't been announced officially yet, but Hard Knocks is Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks is going to be the Raiders. I would lay a gold piece on it. They're talking about the Klay Thompson coming back. That will make a difference. Whether it will be the ultimate difference, if KD is out and Klay is in, that's almost a wash. I mean, Klay is a great outside shooter. He's a better defender, but he does not have the offensive firepower that KD has. So it'll help. It'll help out. The other thing, and I will get to this, and hopefully Jared is still here. If he's not, then make sure somebody pings on Jared. That's a damn good question about Carson Wentz. They gave him a lot of money, and whether it's worth it or not, they're going to find out this year. And the Eagles, and I said that correctly, the Eagles are banking on him being healthy. But is it worth it? The answer is probably no. Because in order for it to be worth the money, the Eagles have got, okay, I didn't say it correctly that time. I'll say it in English. Okay? The Eagles will need to go to another Super Bowl. Jared, thanks. I wanted to make sure you were here. Thank you, Jared. I try to get through it, and the Eagles are banking on Carson Wentz, giving him a lot of money, and they play in Vegas, man. They got rid of the backup who is since gone to Jacksonville. Thanks, Neil. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody being here. So, in answer to your question, is it worth the money? Right now, no. Will it be worth the money if the Eagles come back to the Super Bowl? Yes. But they're going to need to get an investment out of that money they're giving to Carson Wentz. It's like all of the money that and I'm saying this for Jared as well, all the money that Big Ben got. Was it worth it? No. He has one Super Bowl and a Super Bowl loss. He's been to two. No, okay, I take it back. He has two Super Bowl wins. He beat the Cardinals. He beat the Seahawks. So he's 2-1. I apologize. And yeah, he's not worth the money. Dak's not worth the money. And big point, good point on Jason Garrett, and what'll happen? Who cares? Got the colors right. Yeah, and again, I look at it this way. People in the know it's silver and black. If you say black and silver and you're a fan, you're just not as knowledgeable, but you're still a fan. And there are Dallas Cowboy fans. Thanks for that point there, Raider Rev. Cooper wants a boatload of money, ain't worth it. So we got a first round draft pick for a underachieving wide receiver who's a pussy. I said it. He's a pussy. He's been a pussy ever since Pac-Man knocked him around with the head. He's a pussy. And I liked Amari Cooper. I actually got the Amari Cooper, what is it? The not the bobblehead, but the figurine that was given out. It's a collector's item. But it'll be displayed because I got I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there, Rev. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. Equal opportunity. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Rev, I got you, but I'm not going to say it. Until you have pictures and proof. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Ed Winchell, you can call in. Raider Rev, you can call in. Jared, you can call in. All you folks can call in. Line is open. Frank Rizzo, thanks for being here, brother. Yeah, I agree. But you know what? Mark Davis nowadays, he doesn't get a haircut style. That's his style, man. That's what he's known for. If you're known for something, it's hard to get rid of. That's why I go to my same stylist and I keep the beard long like this. Why? Because I'm known for that. I mean, I might get it trimmed, but at least it's still long. As long as you guys like it or get known by it. And, it looks okay for the Raiderettes, I'll keep it. Let's see who wants to call in. We've been on an hour. We've heard from Jimmy Farrell. We heard from Doc. We heard from Tommy Beard. I'm glad that Tommy gave a chance to call in. Again, positives for Tommy as he goes through some deep stuff. And let's talk to our Raider brother by another color. This is Jared. Jared, how you doing there, brother? I called you a Raider brother by another color.
How you doing, Captain Jack?
How you doing, brother? What's going on?
Good. I'll tell you, Carson is definitely not worth all that loot. No way in hell.
No.
I mean, Philly is just crazy to break the bank from, and now you're going to see Dak whine and pitch and tips and mode and say, "I want the money too."
Yeah. And remember how everybody was bitching about how Derek Carr's contract was exorbitant? And I said in a year it's going to be a bargain, and people are going up and up and up. And then for all of the things that are going on, Derek Carr is going to be a bargain at what he gets. And he's on year 3 of the 5 year, or at least year 2. So the money keeps going down as it goes towards the end of the contract. It's a good contract for the Raiders. And remember, they got rid of according to Raider Sugar, otherwise known as Amari Sugar Cooper. And so we got rid of the bad contract we took on. I don't say we took on a bad contract, but we gave AB what he's worth, and then hopefully he'll live up to that.
Yeah, hopefully he keeps his nose out of trouble too. I mean, we've had enough of his drama here, so now you guys gotta basically fight the bullet to seize the turn. Speaking of fighting the bullet, what was your take on this whole Golden State Toronto fiasco last night with Mark Stevens?
I was just I mean, to be honest, that's paparazzi crap. If the owner is stupid enough, and we were going back and forth that, Jimmy said it was the Warriors guy. I said, well, maybe it's the Raptors guy. It is in fact a Warriors co-owner. He ain't the owner. He's like somebody's cousin that has an ownership. Okay. He's a tag along, right? He's a tag along.
Right.
So he did something stupid. If you're going to do something stupid, you're going to pay the price. And if he did that, then, okay. Then, then buy. You were stupid. Ed, give me a little bit of time, Ed. Jared still has the floor. Jared's going to get at least his 5 minutes. Ed, so give Jared his 5 minutes.
Well, not too much of 5 minutes. I was going to say, they did say, however, they do have an update on this one. Brian Windhorst was on earlier tonight, about an hour ago from Oakland. And he says now the NBA has banned him for 1 year and fined him $500,000.
That's right. That's what Raider Rev was giving him.
His language was obscene, and it says here, this is what they said in the statement to the league a short time ago. A team representative must be held to the highest possible standards in the conduct of Golden State Warriors investor Mr. Mark Stevens last night was beyond acceptable and has no place in our league. As the review of this matter will continue, Mr. Stevens will not be allowed to attend any NBA games the rest of the season, as well as any regular season games next year and postseason officially.
Well, there you go. So he's out until 2021.
Yep.
There you go.
And that's what they're going to have the new stadium. That's going to have the new arena.
He's going to be over. He's going to have a brand new box in Frisco. I think that's when they go over to Frisco. They play. It's either next year or in 2021 is when the Warriors get out of Oakland. Okay, Oakland's not going to have anything because, well, okay, they're going to have the A's. But you know what?
Yeah.
The A's will probably be moving somewhere. So
they're talking about building the downtown baseball stadium. I think they're talking with
At Jack- yeah.
right now about building their own stadium. They want to get out of the Coliseum.
right, Jack London Square, and it's literally a toxic area, literally a toxic area where they have to do cleanup in order to go. I might go if I take it back. I won't go to any Oakland games. I won't be in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be in Oakland.
No, you'll be in Vegas.
I'll be in Vegas. I mean, there's no reason for me to be in Oakland.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Now, if they get a new stadium there, and I'm in the Bay Area for whatever reason, then yeah, I'll stop by. But I'm not going there on purpose. It's the way it is. In fact, it's funny. I got my hotel reservations for the opener, and I got some. I have to burn some Marriott points, so I got the Marriott Pulse in San Francisco for 3 days, and I'm like, I'm going to enjoy San Francisco and seeing the sights for the first game. And if I need to go to a party, I'll either take a what do you call it, an Uber, or I'll BART over somewhere, or have somebody pick me up. That's it, because I'm going to enjoy it. Oakland is a industrial town. I love the fans. I love to be with the fans. But you know what? There you go.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Like I said, training camp's a month away. And like I said, however, the end of 2019, we'll know what happens in 2020. I mean, we talked about this before. I'm hoping, just keep my fingers crossed. And I know Ed said this earlier. And I hope to God next year, no pun intended, that the Steelers and the Raiders play the first Monday night game in Vegas. That would be such a fireworks show. And if that happens, you can bet I'm going to get on the first plane out of Pittsburgh and bring some friends with me to Vegas, because they've been to Vegas before. One of them hasn't been there before. And I've been there one time, and I'd love to go back. So we would definitely love to see the Steelers and the Raiders renew old acquaintances on a Monday night in Vegas, in Sin City.
That would be great. That would be great. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but the way things are. They had the Raiders open up Monday last year because it was a possibility that was the last year in Oakland. They're opening up this year because they know it's the last year in Oakland. Maybe for 2020 that they open for their first year in Oakland. So it would be Monday night. And it depends upon where the Raiders and the Steelers are amongst their record, because the Raiders are not playing that division next year. So the only way that the Raiders and the Steelers are going to play a game next year is if the Raiders and the Steelers are at the same level within the division. So we'll see. If the Raiders have a good year, great. If the Steelers don't have such a good year, it depends on where they mark out. And if the Raiders and the Steelers are of the same lines in their division, then it'll happen. But it'll be cool, and we'll see what happens there.
One last thing. What do you think about them going to Canada in the preseason against Green Bay and Winnipeg?
Well, we were talking. Were you here when we were talking about that? I
came in a little late. I missed it.
Yeah, it was Jimmy Farrell was on his box again, because again the mayor of Winnipeg, and this is what we were saying, and see if you agree with me here, Jared. I want to make sure that I'm not just being stupid. But the mayor of Winnipeg was doing what? He was promoting the game. He was wearing a Marcus Allen jersey, saying that he's been a Raiders fan for years, that he's been following them since Marcus Allen played for him, yada, 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 promoting the game. And he said, I've been a fan of the black and silver for years. And Jimmy Farrell had a conniption. Had a conniption. It's not black and silver. It's silver and black. We got it. It's his PR guy telling him these are the key words. Marcus Allen, Raider fans for years. By the way, their colors are black and silver. You can see that. He screwed the pooch. Okay,
yes, he did.
Whether he meant to do it or not, it doesn't matter. He's got a publicist that's saying these are the key points that we go over, and it's just like any other politician. It's public relations. It's public relations. He hit all of the fine points. He didn't get the order right. He said black and silver. Who cares?
Yeah. Right.
Who cares?
Crazy. Yeah. I just hope that Goodell sits down after the season, or maybe, there's still talk about shortening the preseason to 2-week games, which I still think would be fine. They're going to expand the season to 18 weeks. I think they're going to continue to press that issue for the next year or so. Who knows if we're going to see that come around. It's not going to happen this year. We know that's all but a guarantee now at this point. But I think within the next couple of years, or within the next 5 years, you're going to see maybe the preseason cut back quite a bit in the regular season, expand a little longer, because especially like we talked about before, especially with this XFL starting up in February.
Yeah, and remember, the preseason used to be 6 games, and they cut it down to 4.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they keep cutting it because
4 to 2.
Right. And the other thing is that because the NFL is becoming more of a year-long sport with camps and things like that, the athletes are in better shape nowadays than they were in days of old, where the guy and they have more money nowadays than they did, because remember, in the off season, the football players had to go and get a job.
Oh yeah.
They had a job. They had to work at the hardware store or the gas station, or they were selling for J.C. Penney or Sears Roebuck. Now I'm showing my age, right? So there you go.
We'll see what happens, though. So we'll keep an eye on this stuff. I gotta get back on my regular other show. I'm doing my wrestling talk show now too, because we're talking about the big pay-per-view that's coming in Saudi Arabia tomorrow, which is crazy in its own right. And then of course it's so weird because after they do the Saudi Arabia show tomorrow afternoon, however, they have to fly 16 hours back across the ocean, and they'll be hitting the Bay Area this week. They're gonna be in San Jose and Sacramento on Monday and Tuesday for television.
Cool. Well, it's always a pleasure. And Jared, thank you for being a regular, brother. I appreciate that.
No problem. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Take care. Whoop. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize, Jared. I hate when I cut people off at the end. It's not meant. It's not meant. I normally give folks that last one in. I apologize. Mea culpa. Mea culpa. I'm sorry. Line is open. Ed Winchell was calling, but he was calling in on Jared's call, but Jared had not gotten his requisite 5 minutes. Ed, you can call back, but you're going to have to wait because Raider Rev is in the house. Hallelujah, hallelujah. There you go. Raise the roof, baby. There you go. There you go. Good to hear from you. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, sir. Yes, I can.
All right, that's awesome. What's the Salty up to today, mister?
Well, like I said at the beginning, the old Salt needed to have a nap. I mean, I was dead tired. I was dead tired, and I know that if I would have worked extra today, the extra hours, I would have come in here and my ass would have been dragging. I think I have enough energy right now for the show. I think I got the proper amount of energy for the show. If I didn't have the nap, I would be like this. Line's calling and we got it. I don't like to do that.
Yeah,
so I wanted to make sure that I had the right amount of spunk for the show, because again, we have a lively show, and that's in the say at the least. But I want to make sure that I'm doing my part, that I come in here, that I'm prepared, and that I'm a positive for the show as well. And again, I thank everybody that's here, and I appreciate. I'm going to say this as well. I appreciate that wonderful prayer that you put out for Tommy. I felt bad.
Yeah.
I felt bad as well, because again, I love having Tommy on here, and hopefully things will work out. And when things work out, then hopefully Tommy will come back, because again, we love Tommy. And let's see, Jimmy Farrell apologized, and Ed Winchell apologized. So, and you did the prayer, and I apologize. So hopefully good things will happen.
Yeah, and it's all God. I keep none of the glory for myself. Amen.
Amen.
He uses me, and that's a blessing.
Yeah.
I'll get right to it. The Warriors, their body language, it reminded me of when they got beat down by my Lakers. a few seasons ago, and they were like shocked, looking on the bench, looking lost, like a lost puppy in the woods. I don't know if honestly all the wear and tear has gotten to them now. And the other thing of, well, we've won a couple here. They seem to lost that gumption and that grit to want to win.
I agree.
And the better team is on the verge of knocking them off.
Yeah.
You look at their roster; they have got the players to do it. And I looked at it last night. I was like, well, there's Green.
Yeah.
There's another guy that played in the West and for the Lakers and for Memphis, and Gasol.
Jeremy Lin's on that team.
Siakam, he looks really good for his size and athletic. You got,
Jeremy Lin. Don't forget Jeremy Lin. He's a good outside shooter when he's in there.
Yeah, they've got a bench and they've got some star players. So, I don't look at them and go, well, the Warriors are just not showing up. That's a hell of a team there. You got to give it to them.
No,
and shame on San Antonio for giving up Kawhi Leonard. Shame on you. I know they got to be mad as hell right now, looking at themselves saying, we got DeMar DeRozan, but the better guy is now playing in the finals for the Toronto Raptors.
That's right.
Who would have thought that?
Well, here's the thing, though. Can you honestly think, and I know what my answer is, do you think that Kawhi is going to stay in Toronto next year? My answer is no.
I was talking to my best friend today about it. I don't know if I was Kawhi, if I'm going to stay out there. Even if I win, it makes it awfully hard to go to LA with I don't know.
Well, see, that's
what I mean?
I disagree.
I disagree. Because the Warriors are declining.
Right.
And some of those guys are going to leave.
Yeah.
Okay. Who knows where they're going to go, but I don't know if we can win in LA yet.
Well, here's the thing.
You need,
are you saying
you could go home, and I like that.
Right, and you said LA. You didn't say which team in LA, because Kawhi Leonard can go to whichever.
No, I don't think he's going to play for the Clippers.
Wait a second.
I don't think
he can go to whichever team he wants to.
Yeah,
and build up that team and be the star. Now, if Kawhi,
you got to remember something.
I'm listening.
Kawhi's he's not a small market type personality.
Right.
He wants the glitz and glamour. He's an LA kid.
Right.
He's a Californian.
Right.
Like, many of us to be. So
right.
To play for the Chargers per se versus the Raiders or the Rams, that's like, well, come on, right?
Well, remember, you're proving my point. You're going to
play for the Lakers, or you're going to play for the Phoenix Suns? Come on.
No, it's not Phoenix. We're talking about the other glitz and glam of the Clippers that actually has an owner that can throw money around, because he is a billionaire owner in Steve Ballmer. He can play with the Clippers. He can play with somebody else coming over there.
But the Clippers and the Suns, they're battling right now to move to Las Vegas. I'm in the know over here, I'm telling you.
Okay.
The T-Mobile Arena is vacating the Golden Knights to move to Henderson for a new facility that's almost built. They're building like you know what over here. So
I got you.
One of those NBA teams, the Clippers, I don't think want to share Staples Center anymore, is going to probably opt to move to Seattle or Oakland, which is going across the bay. I don't know if they'll let those two teams across from each other play like that.
I don't
But
think
Vegas is a hot spot for the Phoenix Suns or the Clippers, who both want a new deal of a stadium.
Okay.
So Kawhi going to the Clippers, I don't think he wants to go to Vegas. I see him going to the Lakers to play for the Laker lore of all the, Abdul Kareem Jabbar and Magic Johnson and AC Green and Will Chamberlain. Come on now.
Laker
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm
giving it to you. I'm giving it to you.
That's passing up the Raiders.
Well, okay. Now, if what you're saying is true, and I'm not saying that it isn't, but obviously you're there, so you hear things, okay? If what you're saying is true, then I agree with you. If the Clippers are going to Vegas, he wouldn't want to go to Vegas because he wants to go to Southern California. But if the Clippers aren't going there, and
It's a nice option. It's cute. It's attractive.
Right.
But it's not more attractive than playing for the Laker lore.
Okay, well, wait a second.
You get to come in and play with LeBron at the 2 guard.
Okay.
But with the possible getting Kyrie Irving back in the mix.
Oh, like I said, I keep
with his drama queen daddy and let him go.
I keep telling people, I said, why is everybody so high on Kyrie Irving? The better guard to have is Kemba Walker.
Well,
now to compare Kemba Walker or Kyrie Irving, I'll take Kemba Walker 6 days a week. I'll take Kyrie maybe once.
I only look at Kyrie because of his skill set, and that he with LeBron James plays better against the Warriors and Steph Curry in this division than, say, another optional player coming in to play with LeBron James who do not have the history with him. So I'm looking at that possibly, along with a Kawhi Leonard and possibly a Davis coming the year after. Whoever gets Davis is only going to be renting him for a year, and he's not going to sign with them unless they're a playoff contender.
Yeah.
Now, why would a team like, say, Charlotte or Miami go after Anthony Davis? You know you're not going to be able to keep him, so why do it? New Orleans is better yet just to keep him until they can get rid of him and let him sign off or get him on the cheap for something, luckily for a draft pick. Other than that, nah, if I'm another NBA team, I don't trade. And they don't want to do a deal with the West. So a team like the Warriors maybe get him. You'll get him for a year, but he wants to play with LeBron in LA.
Yeah, well, but is LeBron's only got what, 1 more year or no, 2 more years on
No,
his? 2 more years.
2 more years,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is LeBron James the LeBron James of old? He's breaking down. He's breaking down.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
And the thing is that if you're looking long term, do you want to go to, and that's why I said maybe if you're Kawhi Leonard, and let's say that the Clippers are not the team to go to Vegas. This is on that premise. Let's say the Suns go to Vegas because that's actually close in their market, and they're not getting all that they are getting in Phoenix, and they're not getting the dollar in Phoenix. They can move up. How far? It was about 2 or 3 hours.
From where?
From Phoenix to Vegas?
5 hours.
Okay. They can move up the road 5 hours and still be within. Okay.
4 to 5 hours, depending
well,
where you're at exactly.
The way I drive, it'd be 3 hours, but that's beside the point. If you move up the road and you're still within your spitting grounds of your fan base, right? That you get anyway. I would bank on maybe the Suns would go to Vegas. Clippers being the fact that you have Ballmer. Maybe Ballmer wants to have his own state, although it doesn't make economic sense. Steve Ballmer can say, he can go and make his own stadium. Well, he can go anywhere, but if he has the money, he can actually put another stadium in LA and it'll be their own stadium. Let's just say though, for this premise that they stay in LA. Okay, that's the premise one. If premise one, they stay in LA, and then Kawhi wants to go to LA, do you want to go to LA where you can have your own team with a declining James on the other side, and then maybe have some other people like maybe Anthony Davis says, you know what, I'd rather play with Kawhi, who's on the upswing, than a declining James.
See, but there's something about it though. No matter who they get on the Clippers, they never seem to get it right enough to win. And they've got a better coach over there, but they still don't win.
Yeah.
I don't care who's on that roster.
Yeah.
It just never seems to work.
Okay, well, when was the last time the Lakers won a championship?
Man, Kobe and Pau Gasol.
Okay.
And
But it's been what, 10, 20, 10, 15 years?
yeah, well, yeah, I hate to look at it that far. It makes me feel old. But
I mean,
come on, yeah, yeah.
I'm not saying that. I honestly am not saying it to denigrate. I'm obviously not saying it to denigrate. I'm saying it as a fact. I know it's been a long time. If they haven't won in 10 to 15 years minimum, right? And everybody's saying that the Lakers of today are just they're just another team in the NBA that has a nice color uniform. That's it.
Right.
They're the team that has a nice color because people like purple. I like purple. If I'm not wearing silver and black,
there's more to that though. I mean, 16 world titles.
And the last time they won was over a decade ago. It's I hate to say it, and it's gonna be hard for me to say. It's like saying
Boston in the same boat. They've
right?
got, 17?
And you know who else is in the same boat of being a championship team that hasn't won a championship in a long time?
The Raiders.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're overdue.
We're overdue.
I think our chances are a lot sooner than a lot of other teams. And you know, I'm talking about sports, except for my Dodgers. I think their time is now. But
we'll see. I mean, I don't know whether you were watching the show. I gave the Dodgers props for sweeping the Phillies.
Yeah.
I gave the Dodgers props.
I was trying to tell you earlier. I was like, those guys are on a whole nother level of swinging those bats. And Turner, I haven't seen him in the lineup recently. I don't know if he's hurt or something, but they just keep getting talent. So they said it on ESPN. You throw in a lefty, they got righties. They got a group of lefties for you. Throw in a lefty. So go ahead. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
But I'm going to say this. This is not mean. Until they win the prize, they're just another good team that just quite can't get there.
Correct? I think this year with Hyun-Jin Ryu and Bueller and
who? Bueller?
And the rest.
Bueller?
Yeah, Bueller. That's right. Bueller's there.
Bueller.
And we got Hill. We got Rich Hill. He's got a great story behind him.
I love that.
Urias is there as well. Glad to see. You know, he almost got in some trouble, but glad to see that's behind him. You know, if they can stay healthy along with Kershaw, and Kershaw's having a hell of a year, I think they can do it.
Okay.
I think they can do it this year. Those bats look a lot different than what I'm used to.
I got it, but I love the fact they have a guy named Bueller on the team. Bueller.
Yeah.
Bueller. Where's Bueller? Oh, I think he's sick. I think he has the flu. Bueller.
Yeah. Bueller's day off.
Thank you. And you know, people don't get that. We're old.
Look, real quick before I get out of here, I got the Raptors winning the next. What do they need? They need 2 more games.
Yeah, they need 2 more games. Winning two of the next 3, right?
I say they win the next 2 games because after this game on tomorrow night, they got to go back to Toronto to play what? Do they play on Sunday?
I believe they do. And I got you. Ed Winchell, make it quick because I don't want to lose Ed.
All right. Go ahead, brother. God bless everyone.
There you go. God bless from AJ. Thank you for that. Ed Winchell. I don't like to lose callers, so thanks for Raider Rev being that was a good transition. Thanks for calling in there, Ed. I wanted to make sure that everybody got their time. How you doing there, shipmate?
I'm good, Captain. How are you doing?
I'm good.
So a lot of talk about the colors of the Raiders. Are we a boring society or what?
Yeah. I mean, I look at it this way. Like I said, I don't care. I don't care as long as they get the colors right. It's silver and black. It's black and silver. It's the super. Right. It's negro y plata. It's plata y negro. I don't care what language you say it in.
I know.
Get the colors right. It's the shield. It's the cross swords. It's the pirate. It's the colors. If you get them right, you're with the family, man. You're with the family, and that's all that worries. That's all I care about.
You and I have been Raider fans for decades.
That's right.
And it ceases to amaze me how the NFL treats the Raiders 50 years ago, 40, 30, 20, 10 years ago. I mean, 3 countries in a year. Nobody, for some reason, I don't think no other team would accept that.
Well, here's the thing, though. Honestly, here's the thing. The fact is, and it looks like Boston might have gotten a goal. It looks like Boston. I just want to while I'm looking at it. They're reviewing it
right now.
Right, and it looks like the puck was fully over the line. It looks like Boston has tied it up with 13 minutes to go. I'm just letting everybody know. That's not
Right.
watching. What were we talking about?
Talking about how amount of miles they put on the Raiders.
Oh,
every
okay.
year.
Here's the thing, though. Honestly, the extra mileage is on Mark Davis. It's on Mark Davis. Mark Davis did not want to give any more money into Oakland for that game. He didn't. He wanted to make more money, so he's flying his team. And to be honest, Mark Davis isn't as caring about the team. He's not his father. His father, Al Davis, that team was his life. That team was his life. Okay. Mark Davis, it's like a I can't remember if what do you call, like a trust fund baby ship, you know?
Right. It is.
That's what it is. Okay. Mark Davis's mom owns the team. Mark Davis's mom owns the team. It's no goal, which is surprising. No goal, which is surprising.
You know what is really surprising is, I mean, Mark is a younger man than us, or at least than me. But I never heard Al Davis talk about money. Of course, he wants money, but I mean, he always had the win-win mentality. I don't think I've ever heard the word win out of Mark Davis's mouth.
It's unfortunate. I think you're right. I don't recall ever hearing it either.
Never. And every time Al spoke, he said, "Just win, baby."
That's right. That's right. I agree.
I mean, it tells you right there the mentality of the two. And hopefully what you're saying, or what your listeners or your audience is saying, if they sell a team, I hope they sell it to somebody that's got the Al Davis mentality.
Well, I hope so, but honestly, the likelihood of that is I mean, at best it's 50-50, because here it is. Al Davis is one of a kind, okay?
Right.
I will give Jerry Jones this prop, okay? Jerry Jones loves his team to a fault. He loves his team so much he thinks he can be Al Davis on the team. Jerry Jones does not have the same genetics that Al Davis does, because Jerry Jones does not know football the way Al Davis knew football. He thinks he does. But I will say that Jerry Jones, his team is his baby. It's his baby. And there's not very many owners like that. Dan Snyder's like that, but he can't run his organization. He runs them into the ground. He loves his team. He loves money more, though. So you got owners, Al Davis, rest in peace. You got Jerry Jones, who actually is still, he loved his team, and he would do anything pretty much for his team, okay? The other owners, I mean, they don't care. They don't care. Even that I won't even say what he is, the owner of the Patriots. It's just the fact he's got a great team that gets all the calls, and then he's rah-rah. He doesn't love his team. He loves Tom Brady. I think, he loves Tom Brady, enough said. But there's not too many owners out there that are like the owners that love their team. Okay?
I think Kraft is probably the closest one.
Well, like I said, Kraft he does, but not really. I think it's more of a love for his team because his team gets the breaks and is so good and has won so many times. If I tell you what, if the Patriots are an also ran team if they're a team that's just like every other, I don't think you get that love. I really don't. I don't think he loves that team the way other owners like the great Al Davis, Jerry Jones, Richardson. I don't think he loves that team.
No, not like Al.
No.
I mean, I've never been in this position. I don't know if you have, but when you get so much money that's made available to you,
yeah,
what makes you want so much more? Right now, these guys we're talking about can spend $1 million in a day for the rest of their lives, but between you and me.
Right.
And I can't, what is it when you have so much? I wish I knew, the idea of I want more money when you're not going to see it, you're never going to touch it, or you're saving it for your legacy, for your family. I don't know, but it just seems to be the way football, any owner in any sport is like these days.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Ed, if you and I win the lottery, okay, and I'll go and when I'm out there, and we'll buy some Powerballs when I'm out in California. I mean, I buy them every now and again here, but if we get any lottery tickets out there, we'll get we'll get, what was it, 10 would be, what, $10 would get us, that's 5 to 8. We'll have to do 12. I'll do something even, or $10. I get $10, you get $10, 20, that's 10 or whatever, 10 each, right? Point is,
yeah.
we'll go Hazzy. So we'll have, if we win, I know for a fact, and the Blues have just scored a goal. They almost scored a goal a couple seconds ago. It clanged off the post. There you go. Can't stand the Bruins. Can't stand the Bruins. Let's see if they can make it hold up. Let's see if
Why
they can make
the
it
Bruins?
hold up. Because they're a Boston team.
So you just hate Boston, you hate Red Sox, you hate Boston team.
Pretty much. And I'll tell you why. Especially, there's a reason why, and it's a personal reason why. Is the fact when I went to a Bruins game, and I knew I was gonna get it. I went to a Bruins game. I was wearing a Flyers jersey. The Flyers were not playing the Bruins. They weren't playing the Bruins, okay? But I ain't wearing a damn Bruins jersey. I took a lady who was we graduated high school together, okay? And we went to the game, and I'm in the line to use the urinal, right? And this kid comes up behind me, knocks my glasses off, and said, in typical Flyers suck. And everybody that was around me who's a Boston fan basically got a chuckle out of it, that a kid knocks off this old man, because I had a cane at the time. This old man's glasses while I'm in line at a Bruins game, okay? And they got a chuckle out of it, like, yeah, that's funny. Okay, the kid knocked off an old man's glasses, and it's like and this is the Boston mentality. That's the Boston mentality.
The Boston mentality was, and there's not, I'm not talking bad about people in Boston, but for the most part, they're known for their blue collar people.
Yeah.
Just like Pittsburgh. You think of Pittsburgh as the blue collar people.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about blue collar people, you kind of expect it out of them, and you just kind of blow it off, but it's still not right.
Yeah. I got it. But I bought the tickets because my friend was a wonderful Bruins fan, and I was up there with another person, and it just so happened that we all went together, and it was, so we all went to the game, and it's like I enjoyed the hockey. And the funny thing is I was rooting for a good game. I wasn't rooting against Boston. I wasn't rooting for the other team. I was rooting for a good game. And I think the other team won, which is why the Boston fans were pissed off. And this was the year after the year after the Flyers were down 0-3 in the playoffs and then won the next four, and they knocked the Bruins out. It was actually the same year that the Bruins won the Stanley Cup a couple years back. Actually, it's more than a couple years back. So whenever that would have been the year that the Flyers beat the Bruins was the year that the Saints won the Super Bowl. So how long ago was that? Anyway, that's what it was. I don't like Boston, the teams, nor the fans as a whole. As a whole, it's personal. So that's the way it is.
I talked to a good friend of mine, a real good friend of mine I've known for years, is very good friends with Sandy Scully. Sandy Scully is Vin Scully's wife of like 60 years.
Right.
My friend said, hey, I need a couple tickets if they go to the World Series. Can you take care of it? She said she would. She talked to her husband.
Awesome.
So Vinny's going to load you and me up with some of the best seats of all the 50,571 seats in Chavez Ravine.
I'm there because
I know.
I'm there. I tell you what, the way the Phillies played the Dodgers this year, it's gonna take a lot. I mean, and then the Phillies lost. They're two good outfielders, Herrera for stupidity, for personal reasons, and then they just lost Andrew McCutchen for an ACL. Jay Bruce is not Andrew McCutchen. He's an okay player, but the Phillies need their pitching to come alive and they need their bats to come alive. And right now, the Phillies are a good team. They're a better than average team. They're not quite great. And I'm going to say the best, and I said it, I gave props. The best team in the National League are those boys in blue in LA. That's the way it is.
That's the way it is. I've had a little bumpy road the last couple of days, but it's going to happen. I mean, even the best DiMaggio, although he owns the record, is only 4 out of 10. You know?
Yeah.
And that's not even average.
Well, I will be more than happy to go do a World Series
show. We should do a show there
with you, with Vince Scully. Man, you can't beat that. By the way, you know that my father played in the World Series, right?
No, you never told me.
Yes. My series, and this is a sucker bet. This is a sucker bet. I said I can prove. They're like, bullshit. I'm like, no, my father played in the World Series. And they say, well, who did he play for? I said, well, let me get to that. And I said, do you remember in the 70s when the Dodgers played the Yankees in the World Series in like 1976, 77?
63.
No, I'm talking about in the 70s. It was
when? 77.
77. Dodgers, Yankees, right? 77 series. That was the year that Reggie had the. In fact, what was that? Which game did Reggie have the four? Was it 3 or 4 home runs? 4 home runs.
And it was at Shea. Wasn't it at?
No, it would have been at Yankee Stadium. Yeah.
Stadium.
And he hit it off of Charlie Huff. He hit it off of wow. I used to know. Actually, at the end of the movie. Trouble with the Curve. That was the trivia question, and she got it right. I love that question. I think it might have been that game. It might have been that game.
The right field short wall.
Right. But that game, okay, before the game, playing in the game was a Navy color guard with one snare drummer and another snare drummer and a singer who was the backup to what's his name? The guy who won the Heisman twice for the Buckeyes, Archie Griffin. He played backup running back to Archie Griffin at Ohio State. He blew out his knee. He would no longer had his scholarship, so he went in the Navy. Bob Johnson is the guy's name. I remember this. So before the game, Bob Johnson was the singer. Mike Levy, Mike Levy played the snare, and Chet King was the other snare drum. So my father played in the World Series. There you go. trivia question.
All right.
Sucker bet. And he was
Sucker bet.
a Yankees fan. So actually the funny thing was that my dad was I'm a big guy, but my dad was a very small guy. I think he was like maybe 5'2", and he weighed like maybe 110.
5'2"?
5'2", and he weighed 110 pounds. He looked
what was
like
your mom? 6'8"?
No, my mom is actually I don't know if I post. No, I didn't post the pictures yet. My mom is actually in the hospital with problems with was it COCP or OCP, whatever that is.
OCD.
No, she's not obsessive compulsive disorder. It's COCP. There you go. It's the lung. It's the lung problem. And she's not big. It's just that the genetics, my father's genetics, the Levy genetics are big Russian genetics. That's the genetics I have. Okay. So he had a internal issue, and it's actually it's known nowadays a lot more than what it was in the 70s, the celiac disease, where you only get 1 day worth of nutrition for every 3 days. Okay. So there you go.
Wow.
But so he I said my dad looked like he walked out of Auschwitz. He was very small, but the genetics wise, I get the genetics from his side of the family. So, but again, I'm looking forward to a World Series where you and I are going watching the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine.
Definitely.
There you go.
Do you know why they call it Chavez Ravine?
No, I do not.
Because when they built the stadium, it was a piece of land located in Chavez Ravine.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, I know that's exactly where it was, but I thought that maybe, there was another story behind, because that's where it is.
No, there's not. But it's interesting. It's a trick question for people who think they know everything about LA.
Okay.
There's so many names: Dodger Stadium, Chavez Ravine, Dodger Stadium. It's just a lot of names.
Hey, Ed.
But anyway, I won't keep you. I know you got a lot of listeners probably wanting to call in, so I don't want to take too much time here. I'm looking forward to Toronto in 6 to close it out on Sunday.
Okay. Well, we'll find out. Well, Boston just scored with 6 minutes with 6 minutes and 28 seconds to go. So again, it's not over. It's not over. But hopefully the Blues can take out the rest of the Bruins. Good, Ed, good hearing from you, partner. Appreciate it.
Hey, it's my pleasure. I always enjoy talking to you, and
be here Sunday.
Works out with one of your callers.
Yeah, and blessings to everybody here. Be here Sunday for, like I said, we'll have the show, but we're going to talk to Reggie Kinlaw first, and then Tuesday. Be here to make sure you're here for Lincoln Kennedy. That's going to be great.
Was Reggie there with Matuzak and Alzado time?
No. He wasn't the nose guard. That was Super Bowl 11, and I think that nose guard was He was there for Super Bowl 15 and 18. He wasn't there for Super Bowl 11. I can't remember if it was Pat Toomey who came over, if it was Mike McCoy. I think Mike McCoy might have been the nose guard for that team, because I know that he was there the next year when he actually stripped Rob Lytle. That's a good trivia question. We'll have to figure out who it was. But no, it wasn't him.
Yeah, for sure.
That's it. But hey, thanks again for calling in, Ed.
You got it, pal. You got it, pal. And God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks again. That's Ed Winchell. And we're going to, whoa. Uh-oh. Okay, good. I thought I lost my feed. I actually clicked on something. I was like, gosh darn it. I think I just screwed up. Didn't lose the feed, thank God. We got a couple minutes before 11 o'clock. We're watching the hockey game. Everything would change if they sell. Yeah, I agree. The Raiders are the Raiders because of the Davis family care. And it's mostly obviously for Al Davis. It really is true. And again, no offense to everybody that's not a Raiders fan, but it's the Raiders and 31 other teams. That rings true. It's the Raiders and 31 other teams. Because remember, when they had the any of the legal issues that the NFL has been in, when people sue the NFL, except for this last time, where Oakland is suing the Raiders and the NFL, normally it's the person sues the NFL minus the Raiders. Minus the Raiders. When the USFL sued the NFL, they sued the NFL minus the Raiders. When the Raiders would do these things legally, they would abstain. It really is the Raiders and 31 other teams. It's true. I don't just say that to say that. So we had a good conversation with folks. I'm glad that people were here. We can take one more phone call. Remember, be sure you're here on Sunday where I talk with Reggie Kinlaw. Make sure the word gets out. I'm putting the word out. And we want to get folks here for the Kinlaw interview. We want to get people over here for the Lincoln Kennedy interview. Again, Mike Davis is going to join us. John Kingman's going to join us. John Alston's going to join us. We're going to get Ike Ekujuba again. I'm efforting for other people. I will hopefully when she has some time, I'm going to get Kendra Stabler in here, talk about the XO organization. If we can get Ted to come in, we'll have Ted talk about his philanthropic organization. So we'll have that. And obviously, if I can get Angela Bolitnikoff over here, we'll have Angela come in and talk about the Bolitnikoff Foundation. So we'll have people that are highly respected amongst folks. And again, Jerry Bell will be here. He's local to the Tampa area. He was the president of the NFL Players Association. I'm not sure if it was the retired NFL players or things along those lines. But Jerry Bell will be an in-studio guest when the room gets done. So I can't wait for that. Excuse me. Wow. Acid reflux. Bad. I'm actually going to try to get, and it's fun to have them. And hopefully we'll be able to do it, is Big Nasty from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers super fans. Great guy. Hopefully he'll come in here, and if any other folks will be around. But we'll have people here. We'll have people that are in studio if they're here. In fact, there's a friend of ours. Actually, 2 Raider fans are in the area. Have reached out to me. So I'm going to a game with one of them on Monday. Got the free tickets, and then another gal is in town. Hopefully, we'll see her this weekend. Raider fans. So if you're here in the area, stop by. If the room was done, I'd have them in room, but it's not done yet. So we'll have that. We got a couple minutes. Not sure if we're going to have anybody else call in, but you can. Again, it's always fun for our conversations. Make sure that you're getting the word out that this is the place to be. Little by little, bit by bit, we'll get folks over here. But when I get OBS on here, man, I tell you, that'll be great. I just need to literally get the time to look into it. And we'll have all of that done. The Raider Bear Show is on in about 5 minutes. I know people are going to be going over for that. And since I took my nap, I can probably stay up for that. Always a good time. Tomorrow's Friday, so it's Jersey Day. A friend of mine is retiring after 29 and a half years in the Navy. I was going to wear my Chiefs. That's Navy Chiefs, not Kansas City Chiefs. My Chiefs polo, but I can't find it. So I'm probably going to wear a. You know how the Padres have the uniforms that look like Navy uniforms? They have ones that look like Marine uniforms. I'll probably wear the Padres jersey that looks like the Navy uniform. So I'll probably wear that. But there's only a couple minutes left. And again, I appreciate everybody being here. I can't wait for Sunday for Reggie Kinlaw to be in the house. Yeah, I know, Neil. I had a lot of participation when I was on Facebook. I understand that, and I don't know why. I mean, that's why I was doing the back and forth, where I was broadcasting on both. I was broadcasting on Facebook and YouTube, but I have to bite the bullet. I have to have folks come over to YouTube, and hopefully, eventually, folks will. It's disheartening. I mean, Barra gets like what 2,000 views a night. So yeah, a lot of views on Facebook, but I want to have a good quality show. And in order to do that, you unfortunately, I'm sacrificing viewership, but hopefully people will come over. Hopefully people will come over. I'm doing what I can, and hopefully the word will get out. When I go to the Boston almost scored. Boston almost scored. It was close. 152 to go in the game. So we'll see what's going on here. Puck is in the Bruin zone. Let's see. Tuukka Rask goes back, gets the puck. We'll do a final countdown here. We'll make sure everybody knows what's going on. Again, there's only 1 minute 33 seconds left to go in the game, so we'll see if we're going to overtime. Rask is going to the. Well, he was. Now it's stoppage in play, so they're going to have him go back to the net. Let's see. Wow, yeah, boy, I tell you, that should have been a penalty. The guy went right behind him and took his stick away. Good play by the one Blues. It was going in, and McAvoy almost had it in. I'm watching the highlights, so yeah, it's looking like. I'm not going to jinx it. No, I ain't going to say it until it's over. I don't say it until there's quad zeros on the clock. You don't celebrate too early. I always remember the game, and I was in England at the time. It was a Raiders-Chiefs game, Monday night game, and the Raiders were winning, and all of a sudden at the very end, I can't remember if it was Gannon that did the comeback. If it was the old Niner quarterback whose name escapes me, who went over there to the Chiefs, can't remember which guy it was. Throws to Andre Rison with zeros on the clock, or obviously the play started before there was zeros on the clock, but at the very end, the Chiefs won. There was zeros on the clock, and the Raiders lose. So you don't celebrate until there are zeros on the clock and you know you won. 16 and a half seconds to go in the game. And we'll stay here. And then go on over. If you haven't done so already, the Raider Bear is on right now. But if you want to stick around, if you want to know what's going on hockey-wise, nice block by the Blues defender. But thank you for being here. Timeout from Boston. Well, I tell you what we'll do, because I know what's going on here. Yeah, timeouts are. It's not quite the timeouts that you have in what is it? Hockey, like for football. The football timeouts and the hockey timeouts are entirely different. But yeah, we're getting there. we'll stay here for a little bit longer. And we'll see. Like I said, there's only 16 and a half seconds to go. And again, if you like what you see, thanks for the thumbs up. Hopefully we'll get more folks to subscribe and make sure that people know. I said Reggie Kinlaw, Lincoln Kennedy, that's great. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but my Raider cuckoo clock. I don't know if you got. Can you hear the cuckoo clock in the background? That's there. Okay, 16 and a half, and it's an empty net, so the Bruins have an extra attacker, and no goal. Good save by Bennington. Yeah, hey, thanks there, Raider Homer. I understand people are going over to Raider Bear. I got you. I'll be over there in a minute myself. One of the good things about taking a nap. So I don't take offense. I don't take offense to that. But if you're staying over here, there's 7 seconds to go. Time for one more face-off. There it is. Back to the point, and there you go. And the Blues got it. Control the puck. That's the game. Blues win 2-1, up 3-2. Need one more game, and they will be the Stanley Cup champions. I like saying that. So having said that, here we go. Now we got the outro music all queued up. I'm hoping that it sounds better than it used to. Not as bassy. And hopefully you guys can hear it. And that's it. This has been Ask Captain Jack. We'll be back here again. Remember, Sunday, Reggie Kinlaw will join the show. We'll have the interview with Reggie Kinlaw. And then Tuesday, we'll have the interview with Lincoln Kennedy. Looking forward to that. Remember, Mike Davis is going to be joining us eventually as well. John Kingman, John Alston. Other Raiders will have them on here, so make sure you're here for that. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you on the next edition. That'll be Sunday. And watch for the promos on Facebook as well. So we'll have everybody here. Always enjoyable. Thanks for coming over. We'll see you on the next show. That'll be You Don't Know Jack About Sports. After the Black Shield and Galleon Wheel webcast. And that'll be on Sunday. Mike Sarah, make sure you call in as well. I want to hear from you. But not at the gym, not at a concert. Hopefully we can get a chance we can actually listen to you. So everybody take care. We'll see you on the next show. Yeah! Enjoy your weekend.